It's an amazing day today in Georgia. Sun's out. It's pretty. Had a little rain earlier today, and I've just been all over town. And I want to share just something about hope and practicality after a really great just kind of business meeting with a whole bunch of successful entrepreneurs and one really stellar man that I look up to. But just kind of recap the day. Was downtown 7 a.m. this morning, worked at the coffee shop, put together a lot of work and notes, not so much writing, but a lot of detail around for my trip to Rwanda next week, and just really kind of thinking through there, thinking about the people, what I need to do to be healthy and remain healthy. So vaccinations and those things are top of mind right now. But also just kind of like really stepping back and thinking about the business and the big priorities I have. So, Midtown, spent most of the day working with a really strong Tiger team, which is basically a group I brought together, like a project manager, a senior architect, a senior cloud person, and we've got a big team out in India supporting us on our products, and really just started peeling it back, like what are milestones and what are we trying to achieve and what are the dates, and from there breaking out like what is the path to get there and what are the dependencies that we need to achieve. And there's a lot of nuances there, but spent most of the morning like whiteboarding it out of kind of here's what would be valuable, here's what would be helpful, let's think about the next 5 days, next 10 days, next 15 days, and going into that detail, not just like ambitiously and myopically what I would like to achieve, but okay, let's get practical. What is our strategy? How can we execute? Who do we need? And thinking about there, and then what can we think outside of kind of the regular flow? Meaning, yes, this milestone may require all these other things to be in place, and those would be the right way of doing it and perfect if we had time. What I feel I'm very good at and what we achieved today in this meeting was, okay, if that's true, but we really need the end result from those dependencies to achieve that result, is there another way to do it? And we started brainstorming together and identified a lot of ways to short circuit and move us to remove those blocks, at least for the next short window before we move on to the next thing. And so I wanted to share that because I think that applies to so many things. So often, and myself included, if I'm not careful, I look at, I want to achieve this result, I want to achieve that result, I want to go in this direction, I want to build this business, write this book, launch this product that we're doing right now. That's why I have the Tiger team together. A lot of times we get romantic about some of the foundational things that we think are dependencies, right? Do we really need laptops? Yeah, we like laptops. But can you use mine? Can I get a loaner? Do we need, all these people to have access and to be familiar? We need them to, yes, at some point, but can we get by with, giving them the data points that they need, and then we can work disconnected, and then we connect them somewhere else? Yes is the answer. And this is something that I feel is a massive unlock for anybody who's trying to do big, great things. Don't let the preconceived notions of how you do it with actually executing and doing it. I think there is massive opportunity, massive unlocks. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't do things proper, and that doesn't mean that these methods are not proper. It simply is a way of exposing, and are there alternatives? And I believe there is. So that was an awesome set of meetings. We basically worked just 7 hours straight. One point, one of our team members had to get up and just go stretch his legs and go outside and get some fresh air. By the way, it was pouring rain at that moment. That's cool. You go get some fresh air. We good. So he came back fully recharged. That's what we need, right? So I then met with kind of like a mastermind group, and we came together really just to kind of talk about business, things that we're challenged with, and it was fun because we shared ideas that reflect similar patterns, right? We're each in slightly different places, different tenures, different levels of success, doing certain things better than others. And, when we started sharing our struggles, it was not complaining. Rather, we were sharing, and then it created a dialogue of what we can do better and or what other methods exist. And it allows you to really kind of take a step back and be like, oh, I'm doing great, or everything's terrible, I'm very unhappy. To hear those dialogues, it gives you very tactical pieces of things that we would care about. And I find that hopeful. And it seems funny of a word, but I think it's the most powerful word to associate when you do take the time to connect with people, identify what can be done, and then see paths that have worked in front of you that are realistic, right? I am very hopeful to improve my position, my impact, by hearing their stories, their methods, but more than that, hearing where my narrative was missing some of the strengths that others had, and where some of my strengths similarly supported them. And so hope, I believe, is built with faith, but supported realistically, for all those realists out there, by having shared practical methods and areas we can work on to achieve our goals. I think you can apply this to so many areas. That's why mentors and coaches are so valuable. If you think about it, we grew up with teachers from grades all the way to 12th grade and then college, right? They were there to guide us in the process, illuminate what we can do in those domains. And we have that now, right? You just need to ask. And if you don't have a mentor, you don't have somebody that you can use as a North Star for just a little while till you get the next North Star, right? Because you can reach a little bit. Then maybe just find people that are similar mind, that maybe are slightly more successful, either or slightly happier, right? If you want a better relationship, hang out with people that are in healthy relationships. If you want to be around negative vibes and negative complaining, hang around people that are negative and complaining. If you want to have an impact on the world, you want to build a hospital, you want to grow a community, you want to create change in your school, in your business, big or small. It's who you surround yourself with. It's what you take from those experiences, the mindset, the practicality, and then what you do with it. You have to do something with it. So I'm hopeful, fired up to act on what I've pulled away from these conversations today. I'm hopeful that my big product launch is going to be dialed in just the way I need it as a result of us really focusing on the practicality and disrupting classic thinking. And so I hope this share of ideas empowers you to have success and happiness too. So just kind of giving a recap from a pretty amazing day. Heading up north right now, gonna do a little work, hopefully a little training, and then if the winds are with me, maybe I'll make it to the store to get that malaria medicine that I really need. I keep missing the pharmacy being closed when I get there. And that's it. So I wish you all an amazing day. wish you to have your best day and help ourselves become our best selves. That's it. Be great.